Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine, and today Simon is with me.
Hey guys.
And so this is going to be a little bit more of a tech conversation. We ran into something recently, WordPress, PHP 5.6.7.0. What the heck?
Yeah, so PHP is the language that your WordPress installation uses to kind of communicate with all the other parts of itself. And there's a new version coming around the bend. So you're probably on 5.2 or 5.6 if you use any of those large Super Bowl ad type hosts. And that's just not going to cut it anymore.
And what we ran into was, as we were working with a client and upgrading some of their plugins, we had this great engine, WordPress 5.6, and suddenly things started to crash and break.
Yeah, so we have so many moving parts and plugins, and if you're just not keeping up with the times, then yeah, your stuff's gonna break. Imagine you're trying to build, let's just say, a doghouse, and you have a pile of wood and a couple nails and a hammer. You can get the job done. It might take you a little while, but you know, imagine trying the same thing with like some nice power tools, some real nice lumber. You're just gonna end up with a much better product, and probably a little more quickly should you just kind of railed it together. So that's what the new upgrade does. It supports new functionality, and it just kind of streamlines a lot of the processes that you need to have your site function properly.
So here's part of the challenge. You know, we've been building WordPress sites for 10 years, and I can tell you, when you first built a WordPress site, you could kind of set it and forget it. A couple little upgrades here and there,
Right.
But technology is accelerating, and you have your WordPress operating system, you have your PHP, you have your themes and your plugins, and they all have to be kind of operating at the same level.
That they do. WordPress is a much more dynamic CMS than it was previously, and it can just support so many different things. And of course, the plugins are what make your site, and the theme is what the plugins are built on. So if those aren't all running up to date, then you're going to run into some issues.
So the bottom line is that you need to log into the back end of your website if you've got a WordPress site, and you need to figure out what version of PHP are you running?
Precisely.
What version of WordPress are you running? Because they just came out with a big update.
That they did. Yeah, WordPress 5.0 just completely reworked what WordPress used to be. It is now taking advantage of the Gutenberg content editor, which is just a world of difference if you're used to something like we use in Office, like the classic editor, or something like WP Bakery, which allows kind of a modular drag and drop type of styling. Yeah, Gutenberg is more of your traditional text editor, and it's just a lot different.
So bottom line is, you need to check all these things, and you need to be updating them, and you need to update carefully, because there is an order. If you update things out of sequence, you update a plugin before you update.
Yep, a little bit. So
Simon is speaking from experience.
yeah, let's just imagine, again, going back to another building metaphor. Yay. So your WordPress core files are kind of the concrete foundation of your house, and then your theme is more of the skeletal wooden structure. Then you have things like your plugins and your CSS and all that stuff, which kind of makes the drywall and the paint on the walls and the nice pictures that you hang. So it's really what makes your content, your house, your house. So just imagine that you update, you know, the skeleton, but the concrete foundation isn't quite where it needs to be. Everything's going to fall apart. And that's true for a WordPress installation as well.
So if you're ready to take this on yourself, log into your update section, and always work from the top down. Start with your operating system, then roll to your
Themes.
and then your plugin.
Precisely.
And then as far as the PHP, you actually have to switch over to the hosting side.
Right.
You need to actually work with the host. And if all of this sounds just a little bit more than you want to take on,
Give us a call. Hey, we're here.
awesome. I think that's a wrap for today. Go forth, update your WordPress sites.
Good luck.